I am flushed with excitement to introduce our next guest. With the semester coming to a close, students may be looking for entertainment that is overflowing with comedy, drama, and a lot of heart. BGSU is putting on the show URINETOWN the Musical in just a few weeks. Here to tell us more about the show and when you can all see it is the director, a few cast members of the show. It's great to have you here.
Thanks a lot.
So can you tell us what the musical is about?
Sure. It's about a city in the future where private toilets have been outlawed, so everyone must use public toilets in order to pee.
That sounds fascinating.
Yes, yeah.
So you're the director of the show, right?
That's correct.
So what has been the hardest part for you about directing this musical?
I think that one of the challenges, although the cast has met that challenge brilliantly, is that it calls for a style of performance that is very broad and that in some performance situations would be constituted as bad acting, and encouraging them to sort of embrace that broad cartoon type quality of performance and do it with gusto. They've done it. They've trusted me, but I do think that has been something of a challenge.
And how do you cross the line exactly from between drama and comedy in this musical?
I don't think there is much drama in it. And that's sort of my particular take on the piece. Yeah. I think that I've been pretty adamant that we're running far away from anything that smacks of sentimentality in the play. And so anytime that there is a moment that might seem a little bit heart-wrenching or heart-touching, we're sure to undercut that with some kind of physical business that is comedic.
Yeah. So how are rehearsals going? This is a question for all of you.
I think they're going well, but I guess I could. They might have a different story. I guess I could pass it to them.
I mean, from my perspective, rehearsals are going fantastically. The cast is so strong, and it's so diverse. Having a company that's not only theater majors but education, and some music majors as well, and it really makes the process fun and eclectic in a lot of different ways. And from a choreographic standpoint, it's really fun working with multiple dance backgrounds within the cast, because it's cool to see people develop their skills over the course of this process.
We've been flying through the rehearsals, and we've been really able to hone in on specific moments, and I think the cast feels extremely confident in what we're going to produce, so that's incredible.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I think one of the most exciting things about this process is the particular style that we're going for, and it's nothing like I personally have done before. Having to experience a certain disconnect from a character, looking at it more from a bird's eye view rather than trying to share the emotional experiences has been something new and certainly exciting for me. So I've really enjoyed the experience, and I'm looking forward to audiences to see it.
So for the actors, what's been the hardest part, acting, singing, or dancing?
I mean, like I said before, this is a brand new type of acting concept for me. So going from this different perspective, and looking at the character Pennywise as Pennywise and herself, and not myself portraying Pennywise, it's been challenging, but so much fun, and the different little quirks and the different little elements that we have pulled out of this show and from this script has just been amazing. I know that every rehearsal we can see something 100 times and we'll still laugh at it because it's so funny. And I think it's a good sign to say, when we think it's funny, it's a good sign, so that hopefully audiences will think it's funny too.
Hopefully.
I would have to say that probably the acting is the most challenging, from the fact that we have very specific characters that are so broad and over the top in some ways that you have to apply it when you're dancing and when you're singing, and sometimes you're doing it all at once.
Yes.
So that's challenging.
I know for me personally, It's really the singing. My voice type is really I sing like tenor typically when I sing like chorale or in like a normal show, but the role of Lockstock it sits so low,
Yes, it
and
is,
so
yeah.
it's as you know, and so it's really interesting to kind of find that modulation in my own voice and really get it out there while also hitting the right notes and getting out the acting beats. I think it's its own challenge.
And then when is the show and how much are tickets? Good question.
The show opens on the 23rd, Thursday the 23rd, and we have shows on the evening of the 23rd, evening of the 24th, a matinee on the 25th, an evening show on the 25th, and then a matinee on the 26th. The tickets are, I think they're $10 in advance, and then I believe that goes up significantly on the day of the show.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Thank you very much. Thanks for being here. Remember to go see URINETOWN, April 23rd through the 26th. Stay tuned because when we come back, Jasmine will be sitting down with a representative from the BGSU organization Feed My Starving Children.